Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. It is a couple minutes to 11 on the 15th of February, post-Valentine's Day. So everybody should feel very relaxed and loved and ready to get down to the business of the day. The business of the day is the Progressive Empowerment Party and I have been raising in the public space the issue of the non-information of Pitch Lake, where our pitch and pitch money going. And this morning, I want to get to the bottom of that. I am dialing 648-7556. That is on the Contact Us page, Lake Asphalt of Trinidad and Tobago Limited. Because somebody has to account for this without the stunts. So we need to know where our pitch goes. Do you agree? Natural Resource. Up to 2011, I have the board. I don't have the board now. And I need to know, we need to know, who sits on our Pitch Lake's board. Because Pitch Lake belongs to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And we need to know what's going on. So let's see if we could get on to...
Thank you for calling Lake Asphalt. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Which office of Lake Asphalt is this? Where are you located?
Where is Lake Asphalt itself located?
Is your office, this office that I'm calling you, is this the office located in Library?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Philip Alexander. You have a couple minutes for me?
Sure.
I wanted to find out, where are the reports for Lake Asphalt published, income and expense statements for the last 10 years? Could you guide me as to where I might be able to find that?
As in on the compound?
No. Lake Asphalt Company. The Pitch Lake of Trinidad and Tobago and the Lake Asphalt Company that oversees it does business.
Right.
And am I correct in assuming that Lake Asphalt of Trinidad and Tobago 1978 Limited is a public company?
It's state-owned.
State-owned. So that means it's a public company. The taxpayers own it. I want to know, where could I go? And I'm wondering if you could direct me as to where could I go to find the income and expenses for the Pitch Lake last decade.
I can transfer you to our marketing and business development department.
Thank you very much. Who is that person?
It is directed by Mr. Nigel Miners.
Mr. Nigel Miners. What's his title there?
He's the manager.
Marketing manager or just manager?
Marketing and business development manager.
Marketing and business. That's the man self. Do you have an accounts department?
If I haven't,
If your company has an accounts department, an accountant on site?
yes, I believe she stepped out because I just tried to transfer a call to her.
Who is that person?
Well, we have a management accountant.
Management accountant. What does that mean? Is there like a chief financial officer, a financial controller?
There is the finance manager.
Who's the finance manager, please?
There's the acting finance manager currently is Miss Ayana Bertrand.
Miss Ayana Bertrand?
Yes.
Could you give me the extension? You all have extensions there?
I'll have to give you the extension of her personal assistant.
Yeah, who's her personal assistant?
Right now, we have Miss Clunis. Well, Miss Aki, she is holding on for the personal assistant.
Miss Aki?
Yes.
And that extension number is?
2221.
2221.
Yes.
And you were going to transfer me to Mr. Nigel Miners, who is the...
Office, not him directly.
His office. Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Hold on.
Hi, good morning. I'm trying to reach Mr. Nigel Miners.
Hold on. Sorry, you there? You
Hi.
want to leave a message?
No, I want to speak with him directly, please. My name is Philip Edward Alexander.
Alexander.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then you'll have to call back
I have to call back. When would be a good time?
after lunch.
After lunch. He's gone for lunch.
I think he's in a meeting right now.
He's in a meeting. I wanted to ask a question. What is your role there? Are you his assistant?
I'm a market research officer here.
A market research officer?
Mm-hmm.
Does the Lake Asphalt Company have a website?
Yes, they do.
Could you give me the website address?
www.trinidadlakeasphalt.com.
www.trinidadlakeasphalt.com. I want to ask you a question. Trinidad Lake Asphalt. I'm going to check that out now. I want to ask you a question. Do you know if the accounts have been published on the website?
I am not aware of that at the moment.
Who could I speak to up at Lake Asphalt to get access to the income and expenses of Lake Asphalt for the last 10 years?
I'll get that message and let you know.
No. I need you to transfer me back to somebody. Who would be the right person to talk to about getting the accounts information?
Hold on a minute, sorry.
Sure.
Hi.
Hello.
I would have to call you back on that. Do you have a number I can call you back?
My number is 682-2110. But
Six.
just now, before I go give it to you again, this is a state company, and all I want is to be pointed in the direction of somebody who could give me the income and expenses of this state company for the last 10 years. Can you transfer me to the accounts department?
Hold on a minute.
Sure.
Hi, Money.
Hi.
Mr. Philip, you'd have to make a request for that information.
I have to request the accounts for the last 10 years?
Yes.
But is a public company not mandated by law to publish their accounts annually? And at the first meeting that constituted the state organization, an accounting firm was identified who would be responsible for audits so that the people of Trinidad and Tobago would have access to this information in a timely manner according to law?
That is quite correct. I am a new person here, and I will be able to give you that such information if it's not out in the public at this time. So,
Could you transfer
can-
me back to the operator?
Sure.
Thank you. You all know this game, it's called runaround. Once you're dealing with state organizations, but you have to start this way, and further to our telephone call, we will send a freedom of information request, and we will get the information. No matter how long they take, no matter how they try to run, we will get the information. So let's see how long it takes to get this call answered. Lost in that space in a phone system where the calls are transferred. Yeah? But I'm on the website. In fact, let me make sure on the website. While holding Trinidad Lake. I mean, I could call. Yeah, I'm on the website. This is the website. History, legends and myths, legend, archaeological finds, about us, board of directors. Let's use the board of directors. Board of directors, Christopher John Williams is the chairman. Christopher Hagley is the deputy chairman. Who's the financial controller? A big board of directors. I think I'm gonna have to dial over. There are financials. Somebody said there's financials on the website. Let's see. Where on the website? Where on the website are you seeing financials? Corporate social responsibility under there? Where on the... Somebody just said that it's on the website. Let's try them again, because they're all busy on meetings, because the pitch moves quick. Pitch moves fast. How is it possible though that we can own the largest pitch lake in the world and none of us know anything about it? How is that possible? Is that possible? Yes, National Quarries is the next monster base. Well, look at this. If this was an order to buy pitch, yeah? Let me tell you what we have. We have some information in our investigation. They say a good lawyer must never ask a question that he doesn't already know the answer to. And we wait. And we wait. This is... Okay, that one didn't go through. It's Labre, maybe, because it's Labre. What you saying, boy, Philip? Catch your falling self. 648-7572. Dial that. The pitch moves fast. Everybody outside there, shoveling pitch and bucket. They have this thing now where they send out memos, frequently asked questions. Let's see what's on the frequently asked. What's the current volume of natural? What is the coverage of Pitch Lake? Is Pitch Lake inexhaustible? Where can Trinidad Lake asphalt be found? Why is Trinidad's natural asphalt the only commercial viable one? Where in the world? But there's no media. Let's click media. Product brochure and company profile. Let's see what's on the company profile. Get them a little break. Company profile is a lot of marketing, mission, vision. What's the mission? To be a profitable, dynamic company of high integrity, providing quality asphalt products, surpassing customers and stakeholders' expectations. Now I'm asking Trinidad and Tobago because I'm reading this website and I know it's the largest pitch lake in the world. Now, I never heard of stakeholders, but Freud would have a field day because I believe that the pitch lake is being plundered and that plenty holders are taking. Their mission statement, I am going to screenshot this so as to never lose it again. The mission statement of Trinidad Pitch Lake is to be a profitable, dynamic company of high integrity, providing quality asphalt products, surpassing customer and stakeholders' expectations, empowering dedicated and satisfied employees, and working in harmony with our community and environment. I know I have a lot of intelligent people on my wall. Please correct me. I have never heard of stakeholders. I always thought it was stakeholders. But if stakeholders is a thing, let me know. I want to know what constitutes stakeholders. The vision of the company to be the producer and supplier of the highest quality natural asphalt and bituminous material to the world. I don't think we're producing it. I think we're mining it and selling it. And values integrity, quality, customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction, health, safety, and environment. Telephones, fax, website, United States of America office. I should call them. Let me call them. I'll call the United States of America office because I can't get through to Trinidad. 1-973-654-9464. I want to see. They said that is the United States of America office. They're not going through at all. Let's try again. Does it exist? Is this a number, like a real number?
Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service. Please check the number and dial again.
SPOK.
The number for the United States of America office, 1-973-654-9464. Dialing it again just in case that was a B-Mobile misdial.
Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service.
Okay, so
Please check the number and dial again.
Okay, so we're advertising on United States of America office, Trinidad Asphalt Corporation of America, TACA, 1 Gateway Center, Suite 2600, Newark, New Jersey, 07012. But that phone number is not working. Now, y'all know me. So the people in Lake Asphalt must know. It is 5 years I am pursuing Kiss Baking Company for breaking the law on the side of the road. It is about a decade now I'm asking about the Lake Asphalt Company. Y'all think I letting this go? Now that we've gotten to the point where we're starting to make calls, y'all think we letting this go? Ashwin Budu Singh says 2000 to 2007. Send me that. Send me that link now, Ashwin. I want to go through that now. Send me that. Ashwin says it's available. Peter O'Connor is a serial columnist, long-standing environmental activist. Peter, the Trinidad Lake Asphalt Company's mission statement says to be a prolific, dynamic company of high integrity, providing quality asphalt products surpassing customer and stakeholders' expectations. What is a stakeholder? Is it like Clico, when everybody was taking hold of everything they could find when Geeta Sakal wrote herself a $25 million check as corporate secretary and put it in her drawer? Don't let it go. We need to know. Absolutely. Unless we on this, we don't let go. Certain entities into these firms are also incomplete and missing. Let's see. The finance department operates under the direction of the manager of finance, Miss Ayana Thompson. I wonder if they say Miss Ayana Bertrand. I wonder if she got married. With an average staff of 20 employees, this department is mainly responsible for payroll and accounting and all other financial services of the company. Somebody sells our pitch, and I don't know where that money goes. And I think that all of us in Trinidad and Tobago, we should want to know. Do you agree? Do you agree that all of us in Trinidad and Tobago should want to know? Because that is what this live video is about. Making these calls to get this information. So we are going to pursue this with vigor. Yeah? So let's look at this. We're dialing through again. I want to get on to the finance department. I want to speak to Miss Ayana. There are extensions, but it doesn't give you an opportunity to type in. Tiffany, that was wrong. It doesn't give you an opportunity to type in. What if I could type upside down? If you type in upside down what K go first, we will see. Yeah? So, getting on. Alright, Ashwin, you could have sent it to me on Facebook. Send it to me as a private message on Facebook, please, Ashwin. Send it to me as a private message on Facebook, not as a WhatsApp. I really don't use the phone and the WhatsApp for that. So, Trinidad and Tobago Lake Asphalt, we're going to have to send Freedom of Information requests. Because we need to know who owns our pitch lake. But while we're here, I sent an email this morning addressed to the Commissioner of Police And it says, Kiss Baking Company trading as Quaaludes is breaking the law. And I copied every politician, every parliamentarian, every talking head, every activist, every media worker, every journalist, every media house, locally and regionally. And it says, Kiss Baking Company trading as Quaaludes is breaking the law. The misnamed entrepreneurs are actually day hustlers employed by Kiss by the day. So no insurance, no pension, no medical, no job security or guarantee of a job tomorrow. Just predominantly young people in need used to ambush legitimate entrepreneurs, small bakeries. People who have invested time and money in their communities being undercut on the pavement in front of their businesses by illegal vendors with no cost to pay to drive them out of business. These day hustlers are put to stand in high traffic locations where they breathe carbon monoxide in heavy doses from vehicle exhaust for 8 to 10 hours constantly, poisoning their systems and guaranteed to affect them later on in life. They are exposed to the elements, to the dangers of crime and moving traffic, and have no access to washroom facilities, bathrooms, toilets, a violation of the OSHA Act. This is blatant law breaking by a member company of the Chamber of Commerce and the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association, and glaring evidence of an unequal application of the vending law. To those who use the fact that some doubles vendors also occupy public space illegally, that is a deflection and a patent attempt at justification, as one is a cultural street food and the other a grocery item using public pathways illegally to drive other bakeries out of business. But even so, if you need the law to apply across the board for you to be satisfied, then let the doubles vendors find themselves locations to rent, as most do, so that the law here can be applied to the largest commercial bakery in the Caribbean. We need to protect our genuine small bakery entrepreneurs, encourage the competition that keeps prices down and pushes quality and variety up. If the state can seize the goods of small vendors on a hustle trying to earn $1 to survive and not apply the same law to Kiss Baking Company trading as Quaaludes, then we have to admit that we have a problem, that the government of the day supports the advantage of one class of people over another, and that the rule of law in Trinidad and Tobago is a sham. To the municipal police and the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, Kiss Baking Company trading as Quaaludes is breaking the law. We wrote a request under the Freedom of Information Act 1999. Name of public authority, each and every municipal corporation. Name of applicant, Philip Edward Alexander. Address of applicant, 19 Stanmore Avenue, Port of Spain. Telephone number of applicant, 682-2110. Description of document requested. All documentation to indicate whether Kiss Baking Company and or Quaaludes Baking Industries Limited and or their agents were granted permission to conduct business sales on the public streets, highways, sidewalks, egresses, pathways, roadsides, and any other public areas and locations overseen by the corporation within its municipality. Point Fortin Borough Corporation responded on the 25th of June last year, which I forwarded to all offices of state. They say it has been observed by the Public Health Department of the Point Fortin Corporation that your sales representatives are offering food items, baked items for sale without food handlers badges in the borough of Point Fortin. Secondly, your company has not made a formal application to the Chief Executive Officer of the Point Fortin Corporation for permission to operate in the borough of Point Fortin. It is mandated by law under the Public Health Ordinance, Chapter 12, Number 4, Section 1562, that all food handlers must be registered by 31st of March each year. The department has adopted the following position: that you must visit the Public Health Department, Point Fortin Corporation, by Monday, 2nd July 2019 at 9 to register all food handlers who operate within the borough of Point Fortin. Your company must make a written application to the Chief Executive Officer of the Point Fortin Corporation, 26 to 30 George Road, Mahika, Point Fortin, for permission to operate in the borough of Point Fortin. Failure to comply with these legal requirements, which is requested by the department, would result in action being taken under Section 86, Part 10 of the Public Health Ordinance, Chapter 12, Number 4. Seizure of any food items displayed under the existing conditions, obtaining and enforcing of a closing order from the Point Fortin Magistrates Court. That was their response. Superior Regional Corporation, dear sir, request for information dated 11/6/18. Reference is made to the subject at caption. This is to inform you that there is no documentation to indicate that Kiss Baking Company and or Quelo Baking Industries Limited and or their agents were granted permission to conduct business sales on the public streets, highways, sidewalks, egresses, pathways, roadsides, and any other public areas and locations overseen by the corporation within its municipality. Yours respectively, signed by the Chief Executive Officer, Superior Regional Corporation. Chaguanas Borough Corporation. Request for information under the Freedom of Information Act 1999. The Chaguanas Borough Corporation acknowledges receipt of your correspondence dated 11 June 2018 as received by the Chaguanas Borough Corporation on 3rd July 2018 containing a request for all documentation to indicate whether Kiss Baking Company and or Quelo Baking Industries Limited and or their agents were trial. Please note that after concluding our investigations, the documents in which you are requesting do not exist at the Chaguanas Borough Corporation. Sangre Grande Regional Corporation. Access to information, Kiss Baking Company and or Quelo Baking Industry. Sangre Grande Regional Corporation acknowledges receipt of your request for access to official documentation. I have to advise you that the corporation does not treat with requests for food handling. This matter is dealt with by the Office of the County Medical Officer of Health. Apart from that, there is no record of any application from Kiss Baking Company and or Quelo Baking Industries Limited for permission to conduct business within the municipal region of Sangre Grande. Pinal DB Regional Corporation. Dear Mr. Alexander, request for access to official documents pursuant to the Freedom of Information Act 1999. The subject at caption refers. In this regard, reference is also made to your correspondence dated June 11, 2018 and received by the corporation July 3, 2018. Kindly be advised that your correspondence was read at the 20th public health meeting held on the 5th July 2018 and referred for relevant investigation cross-referencing of available data. Please be further advised that the corporation is not in possession of any documents to indicate whether Kiss Baking Company and or Quelo Baking Industry Limited and or their agents were granted permission to conduct business sales on the public streets, highways, sidewalks, egresses, pathways, roadsides, and any other public areas and locations overseen by the corporation within the municipality. Should be further noted that our records further indicate that no application request for the ongoing was received by the corporation. San Juan Laventille Regional Corporation. Request for information pursuant to Freedom of Information Act. We wish to inform you that the San Juan Laventille Regional Corporation has granted access to the information as per your request. Please be advised that the San Juan Laventille Regional Corporation will be unable to provide you with any documentation as a search has indicated that there is no such documentation to indicate that Kiss Baking Company and or Quelo Baking Industries Limited and or their agents were given permission to conduct business sales on the public streets, highways, sidewalks, egresses, pathways, roadsides, and any other public area and or locations overseen by the corporation within its municipality. San Fernando City Corporation. Dear sir, request for documentation between the San Fernando City Corporation and Kiss Baking Company, Quelo Baking Industries Limited and or their agents. Reference is made to the matter at caption on your letter dated 11 June 2018. We wish to apologize for our delay in response due to investigations being conducted into the matter in question. Following an extensive investigation, it was indicated by our Public Health Inspector 4, Ms. Howard, that a telephone conversation was held between a Ms. of your good office and our Chief Executive Officer. It was explained that all vending such as trade of goods which is conducted by the Kiss Baking Company, Quelo Baking and or the agents must comply with the Municipal Corporation Act of 1999. Firstly, the San Fernando City Corporation verified that they are registered as a food handler. Secondly, all goods sold by the company must be protected from all contamination by virtue. Noteworthy, as guided by the Aforementioned Act and our records which seek to establish that Kiss Baking Company Limited has not been issued with any license to trade as a peddler, hawker, or huckster. Additionally, our investigations have revealed that there was no application nor written permission for a license to be granted to sell on any of the goods and or items that are currently being sold by Quelo Baking Industries Limited along the city streets and highways. Cuva Tabakit Talparo Regional Corporation. Please be advised that upon careful consideration of all the relevant facts, it has been decided that the access shall be granted. In this regard, we hereby inform that we have found no record of any grant of permission of the type and to the parties referred to in your request. In other words, Kiss Baking Company did not apply to one single regional corporation throughout this country, not one. They've never taken it upon themselves to apply for permission to illegally vend on the side of the road. And Kiss Baking Company is aware of the Municipal Corporations Act that is used to wrench goods from vendors and charge them. Charge them? Philip, surely you jest. A newspaper vendor accused of illegally vending by the Chaguanas flyover has been granted $10,000 bail. Pamela Mitchell, 47, appeared before the Chaguanas Magistrate Court yesterday, charged with 5 offenses hours after she was arrested on Tuesday and her goods, including 358 newspapers, seized. She pleaded guilty to the charges, but the prosecution asked for an opportunity to check whether she had a criminal background. The charges allege that on Tuesday at Main Road, Chaguanas, she obstructed the free passageway, unlawfully pitched a stall, displayed tobacco products, namely 34 packs of cigarettes for sale, failed to display a sign to wit the sale of tobacco products, persons under the age of 18 is prohibited, and offered for sale a quantity of marketable commodities, namely cigarettes, cigarette lighters, paper for hand-rolled cigarettes, ROLE cigarettes, newspapers, candies, and PTSC bus tickets. She was represented by attorney Shiva Budu, who asked the second court magistrate Wendy Dugdane Bali to grant her bail. He said Mitchell, a mother of 3, had no previous convictions and had been selling under the flyover for years. He asked that the newspapers be returned to Mitchell to avoid undue hardship, as she had been arrested since morning and was unable to sell the papers. Court prosecutor Sergeant Sudin did not object and the newspapers were given back to her. Mitchell has to return to court on November 12th for facts, tracing, and sentence. Facts, tracing, sentence. Now that happened on November the 12th. This is February, and I guess we could follow that up to find out what happened to this poor lady. But the point that I would like to make is the Chamber of Commerce and the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association are lucidly clear and vibrantly aware that there are laws in the Municipal Corporations Act to safeguard the 1% and those who consider themselves the rightful purveyors of finance and the economy. So yesterday on Independence Square, the police was sent with a massive truck to pick up all the little stuffed teddy bears and all the roses of all the vendors who were trying to hustle $1 yesterday in Port of Spain so that all of the business could go to the 1%. Now, if that is the law, that is the law, and we could discuss that at another time, because personally I believe Port of Spain is dying because of how we treat our vendors. If Philip and Edward Alexander and the Progressive Empowerment Party was in government, all the cross streets from Park Street to Independence Square, between Frederick and Henry Street, Charlotte Street, all those side streets would be closed to vehicular traffic because we don't need them, and tent stalls put in the middle of the street to allow vendors to come and rent a space and create a life for themselves. Most of the people who own all of the businesses in Port of Spain now started off as vendors, especially my Syrian brothers and sisters. Their fathers and grandfathers were vending all through the country. If these same laws applied to them, we would not have the companies we have, like the Sapga group of companies and the growing Abood group of companies and the Detour group of companies, Francis Fashion group of companies. These things wouldn't exist without vending. Everybody starts somewhere. And we have a responsibility as a nation to demand that the government treats with all of our people in the same fashion. And like a rising tide lifts all boats, the function, purpose, and reason for government is to safeguard the welfare and well-being of all citizens, including those vendors. But my point today is, if it is the current law and you are going to rely on the law, today, opposite Four Roads Police Station, outside, what's the name of this bakery that they sell? Outside Freddy's Bakery. Taking food out Freddy's Bakery mouth. Freddy's Bakery that pays a rent, that pays staff. Kiss Baking Company is going to pull up there with a Qualos truck, because Kiss Baking Company, the Bermudez group, bought Qualos and took over the Qualos operations. And they will come this afternoon with a Qualos truck and offload bread on the side of the road for hucksters and hustlers to sell illegally. We cannot continue to have one law for one and another law for all. We have to pursue this, if only to say, like all of the freedoms and the rights enshrined, civil liberties and human rights, we must ensure that the state, which is owned by the public, applies itself equally across the board without regard to race, color, creed, or class. Trinidad and Tobago is where it is today because we continue to turn a lazy and blind eye to injustice, misjustice, and failure of the state to actually engage in applying real justice. So to the people who had their goods seized, and to this lady who was selling under the Chaguanas flyover and lost her PTSD bus tickets, what was done to her cannot be allowed to stand while Kiss Baking Company gets to sell illegally, according to every one of those letters that I again this morning sent to the Commissioner of Police and to every politician, every opposition member, every government member, and every media house. Trinidad and Tobago has to decide, and it has to decide quickly, what sort of government it wants to operate its country. Again, the Prime Minister, the President, the Chief Justice are public servants. They get paid by the public for a service. We must expect that that public service be applied across the board equally. All office holders are public servants. The day Trinidadians and Tobagonians find their love of country, their civic mindedness, their courage, and their backbone, and decide to stand up against the bullshit racism like what taking place now. You see, Keith Rowley's response to Kamala, what have you done for black people? The two of them have agreed to distract the population by race. And I want to applaud Trinidad and Tobago for not only ignoring the bullshit and not taking the bait, but for flipping it around and asking Rowley, what have you done for black people? And Trinidad and Tobago has to understand we are at a place now where we can forge, we can wrought change. We can stand this country up on principles like integrity, morality, and public affairs, strong principles, policies, plans, and ideas that leaves no citizen behind. That's where we need to go. We must ensure that we enshrine the rights to free speech, freedom of expression, freedom of political assembly. Trinidad and Tobago must be a beacon to the world, an example. And we have that opportunity now because the Progressive Empowerment Party exists. And you have an opportunity to build a bridge, one people under one flag. You have that opportunity now. Yeah? I am still waiting on information. I get a lot of information in my inbox from a lot of people, and then people still sending me cakes and cookies for Valentine's Day pictures. Emma, if you send me an actual cake, don't send me a picture of a cake. That's the thing to get people vexed. You almost read about Pavlov's dog. Was Pavlov's dog? Yes, and Schrodinger's cat. Right, so this video started off with where the pitch going. And we want to be able to try one last time to say, before we write the Freedom of Information request document, what we are doing right now is identifying and compiling evidence of wrongdoing, failure to manage, misbehavior in public office. And we are compiling that evidence. And if you put us into public office, action will be taken against those who ruin this country. Trinidad and Tobago is far too blessed to be in this condition that we find ourselves today as a nation. We have had money that should have safeguarded this country for 100 years. We don't know where that money is. It's in the pockets and bank accounts of politicians and financiers and friends of the two political parties. We had enough water fall on this country 3 months ago to nearly drown the country. It cut the country in half 2 weeks. And that water, as soon as it went out to sea, we ushered in a drought. And I said it would come. Because Trinidad and Tobago is mismanaged by failed parties, the PNM and the UNC, who have one job and one job only, to steal money. The project that is being built by 4 roads that is causing unreasonable traffic for the people coming into Diego Martin on an evening and leaving Diego Martin, that project should not have a Junior Sammy excavator parked up on 2 lanes for 24 hours blocking traffic. We should have dug those holes, sank those pilings and closed it up within 24 hours. It should have been done on the weekend, properly done and gone. But they don't care about you. They don't have to answer to you. Keith Rowley thinks that to the people living in Diego Martin, you don't even a damn about all you because all you're voting black. Yeah? Now I want to ask everybody, what has either voting black or Indian really done for anybody unless it's a part of the contract mafia? Trinidad and Tobago, this morning, we have put into the public space, the gauntlet is down. Trinidad and Tobago Lake Asphalt, we have initiated contact. And if you know anything about Philip Edward Alexander and the Progressive Empowerment Party, that is not the end, it is the start. Kiss Baking Company needs all its goods seized. I don't want you to arrest the vendors, but seize all the goods in every corporation. Mr. Commissioner of Police, send a message that the application of law is even-handed. Today, seize all the goods and send fines and charges to Kiss Baking Company for every incident of law-breaking and illegal vending. Trinidad and Tobago, we have a mission and an obligation to rescue this nation. If what you want is a better country for yourself, your family, your loved ones, your children, get on board. We are the Progressive Empowerment Party. Check our address, peptt.com. You could email us at peptrinbago@gmail.com. For more information, you could call our hotline 347-4PEP. We are on radio Monday and Wednesday from 9 to noon on 104.7. We have pages and groups all over social media, and you can easily get in touch with any of the members, whether you are in Trinidad, New York, Canada. This little political organization, barely 2 years old, has an office in New York City and a vibrant team in Canada, Toronto, Canada, and Florida. We just opened our South office, and right after Carnival on the 23rd of March, we'll be opening our North office, and then 6 weeks later, Champona Road, Arima. We are very serious about getting the job done. If you want a better Trinidad and Tobago, get on board. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.